your power or mandate as a member of parliament. So they have agreed they'll be here to be sworn in both in the National Assembly and the Senate and ensure that the House business continues. Mike, if anything, if you have any more questions to ask me, maybe I can chip in.
Thank you very much, Patrick Amimo. I think we'll let you go and catch up with more members of parliament and possibly also just find out what maybe brought a change of heart with the opposition now that they decided to come in for the swearing in, despite the fact that they had earlier said that they will not. But we'll be coming back to you, Patrick. Thank you very much for that update. And we now want to cross over live to Nyayo House, where we have the government is set to launch the East Africa Community e-passport. The new passport is set to gradually phase out the current passport. Trix brings us up to speed with what is happening there. Trix Ngado, at Nyayo House, kindly just update us what is going on and what are we expecting as the launch of the e-passport takes over.
Thank you, Michael. We are here at Nyayo House, whereby the e-passport is being launched. So this is a very interesting phenomenon because, as we know, for ages, this has been a document that has been analog, the physical booklet that you see every time. But now there is an e-passport. And with me here is Pamela Otenyo, who is the Deputy Director of Documents, who's going to tell us why an e-passport. Thank you, Pamela, for joining us. Why the e-passport? Why is it so necessary?
Thank you very much.
E-passport. Why is this change very necessary right now?
The change is necessary because times have changed, and as you know, with globalization and terrorism, the government thought it necessary to improve on our old passport.
Yes.
So with the new passport, it will be very difficult to forge it because it has an inbuilt chip, which has your biodata details.
Why is it important to have an inbuilt chip in this new passport? What difference will it make?
This is important because with the chip and the biodata, your fingerprints are captured. So if you're not a Kenyan and you're already in our system and in our other data that we have, then we will be able to tell that this is not a Kenyan, and it will detect very quickly.
So maybe I've been in Kenya illegally, and maybe there's a problem. I'm not supposed to be in Kenya. So how is this person who is in the country illegally going to be caught or maybe apprehended? So take us through the process of verifying how this person is going to be found out through your systems?
When you apply for your e-passport, your biodata details are going to be captured. This includes your photo image and your fingerprints. We already have a data in the integrated population registration system. So with now the passport details, we will be able to match them with the existing data on our prohibited immigrants list, together with the IPRS data, and we will be able to differentiate between a Kenyan and a foreigner.
So say I have had this passport for a while now, and I have the physical one. So could you give me more information on what am I to do? Am I supposed to throw away my passport just because there's a new e-passport out right now?
No, you're not going to throw away your passport. We intend to phase out the current passports in 2 years. The current passports are valid travel documents and they are ICAO compliant. So there's nothing to fear. They are still valid documents. They have biometric features as well, but this is captured on the barcode. But the current e-passport will have a chip, which is machine readable and can also be used in e-gates. So if you travel in some countries where you can easily pass with an e-passport, you will only need to swipe your passport and the chip can be read by the machines.
So clearly things are going to be much easier, but could you inform us on the pricing? Because we have an A, B and C series, and then we have a diplomatic passport. How much are they going to be costing Kenyans? And is it just Kenyans or is it East Africans?
At the moment, the price remains the same, so no cause for worry. But when you come to replace your current passport to get an e-passport, we will charge you the normal passport fees, which is 4,550. Otherwise, we are not increasing the charges. You'll get a much better, more secure travel document, but with much more respected internationally.
So in terms of international standards, does this new passport meet those standards?
Yes, the e-passport meets the ICAO standards. It's actually the latest of the ICAO requirements because it has extra security features that are not only the chip, but it's very easy to forge because we use a polycarbonate laser printer.
Is it easy to forge? You just said it's very easy to
I'm
forge.
sorry,
Yeah,
it's not easy to forge because you have to print. We use a laser printer, on a polycarbonate material.
So what is the difference between the presentation process right now, or the application process rather, and right now and before? Is it the same? Do we have to come with all our documents and present them to the offices? And what is the waiting period?
With the introduction of the e-passport, actually our machines are going to be able to produce up to 2,000 passports in a day. Currently we do about 600 in Nairobi, 100 in Kisumu and 100 in Mombasa. So with the e-passport, we'll be able to produce 2,000 passports in a day. The process is the same. The only difference is when you come to have your photo taken, we will also take your fingerprints. The process may be a little bit slow as we pick up, but eventually everything is going to be fast. The waiting period should be the usual 10 days. Yes, not much is going to change. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that information. So there you have it. The new e-passport is supposed to meet the new global standards. At the same time, it's going to make it be more expensive, and therefore we're going to be more modern. But for those who have the current passport, they're not expected to throw it away. We have a 2-year period before this is actually rendered obsolete. So you have some time. You can keep using your usual passport. But after 2 years, you're going to have to upgrade to the new e-passport. But you can actually do that already right now. So that